single day. I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Ro. I am the founder of Strong Prison Wives and Families, and I use my years of experience to help prison wives and family members feel educated, empowered, and supported, not only while their loved one is serving time, but long after he gets out. So if you stick with me, together we will break stigma and we will beat the statistics, and you guys will live happily ever after. So in today's video, I'm just going to explain a couple of videos that I'm going to be posting, and then I have a question for you, and then I'm going to try to do some like vlog stuff. So let's start off with the next few videos that I'll be posting. So I know you guys that watch me solely on YouTube. I'm back. Hi. A few of you guys have commented, and I'm so excited because I haven't spoken to you in years, because I think I got off of YouTube 2012, 2013. Here it is, 2018, and I'm just like rekindling with friends. So hi to my YouTube followers. My question to you is, do you think my videos on here are too long? Because my old videos would get up to like an hour, but me, when I'm watching people's videos, I'm like, all right, get to the point. 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 15, 20 minutes max, and I'm done. So please comment under this video and let me know if you think my videos are too long, if they're okay, if there's a time frame that if you see the video and you're like, it's above a certain time, then you're not going to watch it. So just let me know, like if maybe more than 10 minutes, more than 20 minutes, or you're like, Ro, you can go on for hours. I watch you like TV. You're my entertainment. Because I do that with some bloggers too. So I don't know. Number two, back in April, there was a case, as always, I'm so tongue-tied. There was a case that went through the Supreme Court that potentially Adam could have gotten some relief due to it. So I came on Facebook Live that day and I made a huge video, and it was so emotional, and I wanted to share it here. So that was the first video that I will be posting in this series. And then every day, and then it kind of like went to every week after that, as I had updates, I posted them. I have not been this tongue-tied in a really long time, probably because we're going on 7 p.m. and I haven't even eaten dinner yet. I've just been running around since after work. I actually skipped the gym tonight, but we'll get there in a second. I'll tell you why. But, so, I'm going to be uploading those. So the last video I uploaded about how to handle people that are coming for you, who are like getting in your face, including him. I had a little update in the beginning and it probably confused you guys. That's because they're all updating out of order. I kind of wanted to post the newest ones first, but then if I posted the newest ones of the update, it would be completely backwards. So I'm going to do a series of those. Look out for those. The case is called Dimaya. It'll just be, I'll put something like legal updates in the title so you guys know. Adam's legal update, something like that. So what I'm doing today is I am going to visit last minute this weekend coming up, because I am scheduled for surgery on a very, very minor surgery on next Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. I have a little piece of my septum that, if you guys can see this bump, I have a piece of my septum that's getting in the way, that's blocking my airway, and it needs to be removed. And my surgeon had a cancellation so they could fit me in really quick, which is perfect, because the end of my birth, I think that I don't know what I need to do to be able to speak properly, because I do it on every video and then I go, I can't talk today. Well, I can't talk any day, every day. Anyway, so it's only a week recovery. My birthday's at the end of the month, so I will be recovered for that. My sister's bachelorette party is the first weekend in August. Her shower is August 12th and her wedding is October 26th. So I will be completely recovered. Oh, and I'm forgetting the Prisoner Family Conference, October 10th through 12th. So I kind of wanted it done before all of that, just in case, because I'm getting older. There might be some more swelling than anticipated, but it's like so minor. No shaving of the bone, no breaking of the bone, hopefully. Like, I doubt, but hopefully he doesn't go in there and see that it needs anything else. So it's just, it needs to be removed. That's it. That said, I was supposed to go to visit next weekend with my girlfriend that I was talking about on the video before, that we became really good friends. We met in the processing room, but I had to text her and I was like, I'm so sorry, we can't have a date. I have to go this weekend coming up. So then I was going through my closet, and because I'm like, oh, I have YouTube again, we're going to do visit outfit of the days, and I have no clothes. And I'm not even saying that. You guys saw, like, I'm not even being that girl that's like, I have no clothes. I have a whole bunch of fall and winter clothes, and then all of my spring and summer clothes. You guys saw that purple shirt that has, you know, the straps here and no sleeves that I don't really love anyway. I was saying it on my other video. I think you guys have seen it in 3 or 4 videos already, and they were all from this spring and summer. That's a lot of times to wear a shirt. I think I've worn it at least once, maybe twice a week, because I have maybe 4 outfits that I've been going back and forth between. I'm trying to get rid of a lot of stuff on Poshmark, and your girl's put on a little bit of weight, but that's okay, because as I was looking back on old YouTube videos, I needed to. Although I do miss having that 6-pack from working out. I was a little bit too skinny, and looked like a little bit not so great. My face very gaunt. You could see that I had bags under my eyes. My cheeks were real thin. And you know what? That said, I was going through my old videos. I have something that wants to... That was gross. I was eating sushi before, and I had a little piece of rice in my teeth. Attractive. So at least you know you got me real and raw unedited, because I don't have editing equipment at the moment. So anyway, but we'll get there. What was I just saying? What was I just saying? What was I just saying? Let's take a sip of water. Oh, coconut water. I have how to eat healthy on the road videos that I had before, and my outlook on health and eating and snacking and all of that stuff. I did some like how to eat healthy on the road videos. My views have changed a lot. You guys know health and nutrition is my second passion after SPWF, so I'm going to do some videos on that as well, because I always get questions from you guys on what I'm eating, what I'm doing in the gym, etc. And yes, the way that I'm eating now didn't make me gain a little weight. I gained weight because I was eating healthy but not healthy, things that are marketed as healthy, such as like chips made out of lentils. But I can't eat a bag of chips a day even though they're made out of lentils. First, chips are still processed, and second of all, come on, that's a lot of calories. So that's why I gained weight. I'm in the process of taking it off. I'm not even trying. I'm just not eating that crap anymore. So we'll do videos about that in the future. So let me know, you guys, how long is too long, and what you want to see, and if those are intriguing or interesting to you. And then also what I'm doing right now is I am looking for something to wear to visit. And while I'm at it, like stuff that I could wear to visit and work, because at where I go right now, you're not allowed to wear sleeveless in the summer. You're not allowed to wear shorts. I don't really wear shorts anyway, because I don't really care for my thick ankles. But you're not allowed to wear, what else? They started a rule that you couldn't wear strapless, like you couldn't wear you could only wear closed-toed shoes. You couldn't wear open-toed shoes. But then the last time I was there was a girl wearing open-toed shoes, and I was like, excuse me, you're not allowed to wear open-toed shoes. And she's like, what? She's like, they said if there's a strap on the back, you can. So I haven't been there since. I wore closed-toed shoes that day. She got in those shoes. They change the rules every single week. So I'm going to try to wear strappy shoes with, or open-toed shoes with straps on the back, but I will also have backup, because as you guys know, you never know, and I'd rather have like 5 extra pairs of shoes in my car to make sure I get in than drive all that way, pay for a hotel room, and either lose time with him because I have to go find a store that sells shoes, try to find closed-toed shoes in the middle of the summer, not easy, and or potentially not see him. So that's it. I got a couple of shirts. I got a couple of workout shirts because they were like on clearance at $8 at Target, and then I got a pair of jeans because they were on clearance for $13 at Target. And then what else did I get? I got a couple of things at Kohl's because they were on clearance. So I got a whole bunch of things on clearance. I might return some of the stuff. One of the stuff is like fall, but it was $8. And right now I'm about to go into the Gap factory store, and then there's an Old Navy, and there's a TJ Maxx. Well, I can't flip this, you guys. I'm so excited. My sister's giving me her old vlogging camera so that I could do this normal. So there's, I don't know if you guys can see, there's Gap, there's Old Navy, back there is TJ Maxx, up there that I just left, you can't see, is Target. So I didn't feel like going to the mall today, and I don't feel like spending a lot of money on clothes that potentially I will never wear again, hopefully, if Adam comes home soon. So I will give you guys a haul. I will try to do visit outfit of the day and whatever else you guys want to see. Okay? Lots of love. Keep staying strong. Keep loving strong. Keep supporting one another through this journey because you're one day closer to it all being over. Lots of love from my heart to yours. I will see you beautiful, beautiful ladies and gentlemen in the next one. Bye. Hi, guys. I've been talking for like 10 seconds. Hi guys, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden I see it's still counting down until I'm live. And I know I usually don't come on live video in the middle of the afternoon, especially on a work day. So I am not sure that we'll get anybody or many people to hop on right now. But I needed to update you guys. Excuse me. Frog in my throat. I needed to update you guys in real time while this is going on. Hey mama, I'm so glad somebody hopped on. I was just saying that it's the middle of the afternoon on a work day and I very, very, very rarely do Facebook Lives at this time, but I wanted to update in real time as this was happening because you guys know you are always the first to know when anything happens in my life and in Adam's life, and especially like with his case, because I always keep you guys updated, whether it's bad, whether it's good, etc. So sunglasses are firmly in place because I know, like, I was going to say 99.9% of the time, but like 100%, I'm probably going to cry on this video. So, nothing you guys haven't seen before, but I need to stay real and raw. So, let's give you guys a little bit of a background story. Adam's in federal prison. In federal prison, there is no parole. It is gone, except for there are three separate groups of federal inmates that are still entitled to parole. One, if you're a military inmate. Two, if your case is under old law. So if you were sentenced before a year, I believe it's like a year in the 80s, but I'm not exactly sure, but like years ago, if you were sentenced before under that old law, then you still get parole. Or if your case is out of DC. DC inmates, old law inmates, and also military inmates are the only three small groups of inmates in the federal system that are still entitled to parole. Nobody else gets it because of a law that Bill Clinton passed when he was president. Okay, that's out of the way. Because a lot of people are like, oh, you're fine, Adam still has a chance for parole. He doesn't. What they do get a chance for are 3 appeals. That's it. 3 appeals early on. And the second appeal, what happened to Adam, the second appeal was denied without being looked at. There was no reason. So after the second appeal, if that's denied, you have to appeal for appealability to the Supreme Court. So you basically waste your third appeal because those never really get affirmed, approved, whatever. So Adams was shut down real quick. Then you're like set in stone. Your case is done and over with. It is basically rock solid unless law changes or like something like a bill comes out that will affect the law that you were sentenced under. Okay, like for example, the drugs minus 2 people, that a whole bunch of guys either got out or are trickling out because the law that they were sentenced under was changed and made retroactive. Okay, so that's the only other way. There's no parole and there's no appeals after your 3 appeals are denied, or yeah, let's just go there, denied to keep it high level and easy to understand, then you're stuck unless something like this happens. Okay, so Joe, I'm going to tell you what Joe made my morning once I texted her because, okay, we applied for clemency. That was a way that we could get out, and I kept you guys very up to date, like every week with all the emotions, the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows. So when that was, after that roller coaster was over, we were shot. It took me months to recover. I don't know that we're even fully recovered. So that was like everything was over. We weren't denied, but we weren't approved. Our case was closed because we had pending litigation in the region, in Philadelphia, in the region where Adam was sentenced, because a case had come down. I'm sorry, this is so confusing. I can only explain this on like a very high level because I've had Adam explain it to me 752,000 times. So if you're not following, that's okay. Just listen along for a couple minutes and I will get to, you need to know all this background to know what's going on with what's happening today. So he had an appeal open in Philadelphia. There was a case that came down that said that the phrase crime of violence is too vague to be constitutional. So it's unfair to say crime of violence because my interpretation of the word violent might be different from, the judge sitting next to me on the left, the judge sitting next to me on the right, the judge in the 9th district, 8th district, 3rd district, etc., will interpret that differently based on their version of what violence is, or a crime of violence. So that's not uniform across the board, so it's unjust, it's unconstitutional. That was the argument that was made when this case came down and it was approved. U.S. versus Johnson had nothing to do with Adam. That was 924E was the statute. The Armed Career Criminal Act is what that was all the way around, and who those people were affected. But there was, I think I'm explaining this right, God, it's so confusing. Anyway, we put an appeal through Philly because the public defender's office contacted us and said, you have a case here, so just do it, right? So we put it in. They've been sitting on it for like 2 or 3 years at this point. Some districts are saying that it's okay. It applies to 924C2 as well as 924E. Some districts, unfortunately, I have a very good girlfriend, her husband, they were like in a different district. I don't know the number, but they were like, no, doesn't. Oh shit, you guys, this is Adam. I gotta go. I'll come back. Guys, I'm so sorry. I had to take that call. It was Adam. So, for a background story, go watch the first version, the first part of this video that was interrupted by a call from Adam, because I'm on my lunch break, just spent 15 minutes talking to Adam, and then I had to call a good friend whose husband can also be affected by this. So let me just get right into this. I don't need to drag this out any longer. Sorry, you guys, because I know that you're probably like, what is this? Is it good? Is it bad? So there was a case that was coming down through the Supreme Court. Started last session, 2017. They put it on hold. So end of June 2017, they're like, we're going to wait until we can't figure this out, or whatever it is. We're going to wait and do it in next session, fall, October's 2017 into June 2018 session. First case, oral arguments heard the very first day that they reopened back up for the 2017-2018 session, October 2nd. And now I'm so sorry. I know I was saying when I came back on, Joe, I'm so sorry. I was like, I had to take that call, and I roll into sense. So then nobody knows when the Supreme Court is going to issue a decision. You just have to wait. And then it got to the point where we're like, all right, we don't know when, we don't know if, and we don't know if they're going to push it to the next session again, because, they could do whatever really that they want. And then I heard some things going back and forth that maybe they were getting pressure from the administration not to decide cases, which I don't think is true, but the rumors fly. So been waiting. They only talk about opinions 3 days a week, 1 or 2 weeks a month. So it would be we'd have those 2 weeks, we would wait. It was like clemency all over again. You'd wait till the end of the day. I would stalk the Supreme Court website because the opinions would be posted, nothing would be there, etc. So last night in a conversation to Adam, I was like, yesterday, let's start here. Yesterday, 11 o'clock in the morning, I see a call from the app that I use for local calls for Adam. He's the only person that calls me on that number. I've never gotten spam on there. Yesterday was the first day the Supreme Court was back in session after a 3-week break, waiting for the opinion. Didn't even think, because usually by 10 or 11, it's updated on their website. I see a call from the local calling number, and I'm like, fuck. He never calls me during the day at work unless it's an emergency. So I'm staring at my phone froze. And so I decided after, 25 seconds of frozen, that I should run out in the hall, because if I answer it, I have enough time to get from my desk to the hall before the recording that says this is from a federal prison picks up, because, our lives. Hashtag SPWF life, right? So, because I'm still very in the closet at work. So I missed it. So then I texted his mom. So now through my head, I'm like, either the decision came down. So I checked the Supreme Court website, nothing. I'm like, maybe it's not updated. Maybe he heard something, or they're going in on lockdown, which would suck, because I was originally planning a visit over the weekend. I wound up canceling it. Winds up, that was the one and only first ever, after a year of this service, spam call that I had gotten through that app. So he wasn't even trying to call me yesterday morning. Not on lockdown, nothing. Everything was good. Last night, I tell him, listen, I'm not coming for a visit this weekend because they changed all of their rules and like it was a shit show I heard last weekend there at Visit. People were getting there at 7 in the morning, not getting in until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, so let's wait a couple weeks for things to kind of like die down and then I'll come back because not really that big of a deal if I have to wait a couple weeks. So he was kind of annoyed at that, and he's like, oh, well, maybe we'll get some good news about this, but honestly, like, I don't expect anything until, at very minimum, April 30th. And I'm like, well, I don't expect anything until the end of June. Truly, I didn't expect anything until the end of June, which is when the session is over. So today, not thinking about it, not looking at the website, nothing. I'm emailing back and forth with a good prison wife friend who's overseas, and she's going through a little bit of a tough time right now because he's in the hole, and they cut off their communication. Like he's getting her letters, she's not getting his letters. For some reason, they're holding his mail, which is messed up. So she's like, you know, I'm just trying to stay positive. And I was like, sweetheart, I wish I could give you an empathetic hug because I'm at the point right now where I don't even want to go back to Visit because I heard the rules got a little crazy, you know, and they make it like, why am I going to pay all this money, use my vacation days, spend money on a hotel room, etc., get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, get there by 7 o'clock in the morning or 7:30 in the morning, not see him until 1 in the afternoon, and Visit's over at 3, right? So then I heard that that's not actually happening, that it was a misunderstanding. Besides, I just want everybody that's at the same facility he is, that's not what's happening. But I said to her, we have to really, really fight not to be bitter. I find myself recently getting bitter, and I have to fight against that and grasp for the positive because 1, we'll attract positive things in our lives, and 2, being a bitter Betty is only going to make this more difficult for you. So if you're going to do it, you might as well dictate how you do it. And I've always fought for that, and I've always passed it along to you guys. So I can't be a hypocrite and get all bitter about this stuff. Next email she sent, and I just was like really in the moment trying to focus on what I'm grateful for, all the positives, shoots me an email right back. Oh my God, is this the case that you're waiting for, with like a million exclamation points? This just popped up on my news channel because I have it going all day long. And I saw it and I was like shocked. And then I looked at, I'm like, this can't be right. Looked at the Supreme Court website, it's there, affirmed. And I was like, what does that mean? I'm like, what does that mean? Is it affirmed? Does that mean good or bad? And then I saw affirmed the terminology crime of violence is unconstitutionally vague. That's affirmed. That's affirmed. That means that I'm trying not to cry. That means that the Supreme Court just said that the terminology crime of violence that was used in the statute that Adam was sentenced under has been deemed by the Supreme Court as unconstitutionally vague, i.e., Adam will now be waiting for resentencing. So I'm so glad that he literally just called me, and I interrupted my first video because I asked him, I was like, so what does this mean? Like, is this like set in stone? Are you definitely getting resentenced? Or like, is there anything that could stand in our way? Like, I need to know how excited I should be or how I should brace myself. And he's like, anything can happen, you know that. Well, first of all, you guys see me trying to contain myself. He was like monotone. I'm like, are you like, what? Are you not excited about this? And he's like, I'm trying to process it. He was so funny. And you guys have to understand that from our inmates' perspective, I'm obsessed with all of these hearts and this love. This is like amazing. This is the day that we've all been waiting for. But, so he was so like zone, monotone, and that is a definition of what our guys on the inside go through, because he is petrified to get excited about this, as was I. I got this email from my friend 3 minutes before I need to go into a meeting. 3 minutes before I need to go to a meeting, I find out my whole life is about to change. My whole fucking life is about to change. Everything I've waited all of these years for, everything my husband has waited 20 years for is about to hopefully change, right? So, I mean, again, anything's possible. Not putting the cart before the horse, but like, this is huge. So I texted Joe and I was like, Joe, oh my God, la la la. And she texted me back like a million exclamation points, everything in capital letters. And I was like, this is the reason why you're the person I texted first. Cause I needed this, pen just flew across the car. Cause I needed this reaction. Then I texted everybody and their brother And if you weren't on the text, if you didn't get a text from me, it is only because I had 2.5 minutes to do this, not cry, pull my shaking self together so that I could get into a meeting. So I texted like literally everybody in the order that they're in my phone, okay? So I'm sorry if you didn't get one from me. I figured I would get on here as soon as possible so I could tell all of you guys, all of my brothers and sisters, and everybody that you guys have been fighting for us for so long together. So, also, anybody that is waiting for this, he was like, did you tell Devon of Mercy Me 924C yet? And I was like, I didn't, because her husband's appeal was denied. So would this reopen it up? He was like, yes, this reopens it up. So I was like, love you, save your minutes, gotta go call Devon, bye. So I called her, woke her up, because she works night shift. So this is amazing news, but I was texting another SPWF friend, right? And I was like, just sitting here trying, she had the same reaction as Joe, like so excited. I'm like, just sitting here trying to work, pretending to work. And she goes, I said, fake working. She goes, doesn't that define an SPWF's life? Like, how many times have you sat at your desk, fake working because something happened and your head's about to explode? And I said back to her, now this is the part where I might cry. I said back to her, I was like, I've, sunglasses on, done this so many times, and I've sat in that position so many times, and I've had to fake not cry and fake not have a breakdown so many times, and this is the first time in all of these years that I could actually do that for something good. This is the first time that I actually probably have done that 25 times. I've probably done that in that position 25 times where I had to fake that I was okay and not cry and not have a mental breakdown because I had to get through the rest of a work day. And this is the first time that I could do it for something good. So you guys that are feeling that you're in despair and feeling that you're just getting bad news and you have to figure out how to get through life or figure out even how to get through the next couple of hours of work because it feels like your world is crushed and your world is about to be over because you're getting these bad news. You're getting bad news. There is hope, you guys. It is never over. Adam's been there for 18 years. His 3 appeals were denied. Then we went a span. He got in there in 2000 and nothing happened until I think 2011 was the first time after all the appeals and everything that somebody came through Congress and introduced a bill that said that this law is unjust. 2011, you guys, that's 11 years after he got locked up. Somebody finally acknowledged that 3,000 people were suffering because they were given life sentences for a law that made no sense because nobody was hurt during their crimes. So that went bye-bye, didn't work. Every couple years thereafter, something came up and went down. You literally feel like you start getting used to defeat. You literally feel like the only answer is going to be a bad answer. You literally feel like you need to brace yourself. That's the exact reason why I said to him today, okay, so what are the odds that this is actually going to happen? We've been waiting for this for 1.5 years. What are the odds that this is actually going to happen now that it's here? That's exactly why he had that reaction of so stoic and just very... He's like, it's surreal. It is surreal. But I want to pass it along to you guys. How many times have you seen me on here crying because something negative happened once again? Just hold on, you guys. I know that, like, Gigi's going through something in Louisiana with the death penalty, and I know that I have all my Life for Wife girls, and I know I have my other girls on here that I'm talking to you, but I don't want to say what it's about, but there is always hope, and it's not over until it's over. I'm talking right to you. You know who I'm talking to? But you guys, it's not over until it's over. And there is power in positive thoughts. And if you believe in it, there truly is power in prayer. And there's power in fighting the good fight and not giving up. Never giving up. And as long as Adam's favorite phrase, as long as there's breath, there's hope. Don't give up hope, you guys. We're not over. Like, this is not over. This is the beginning of hopefully the end. But I told him, I was like, please be home for my sister's wedding in October. And I've told him that 100 times before, I need you to be home for this. And it was like a way just for us to be happy and you know, like in the moment. And it never happened before. So if he could be home for my sister's wedding, that would be amazing. And all of you guys will be at our wedding. So you guys, that's it. So I'm glad I didn't cry as much as I thought I was going to. But first step, you guys, I know people have been asking for an update. Sweetheart Angel, I think, is the one that has been asking for an update. Angel or Amanda, somebody. And I haven't been ignoring you. I've been holding off until we got this decision. I've been bracing myself for this because it could have gone so many different ways. It was actually an immigration case, which doesn't sound like it makes any sense. And in fact, I had a girlfriend who's an attorney who had to basically try to fight. She basically fought Adam for a long time to submit his appeal because he's like, that doesn't apply to me. Stop. That doesn't apply to me. I've read it. And she pushed and she pushed and she pushed and she wouldn't take no for an answer. And she finally was able to send him case law that supported this. And he was like, wow, if he didn't submit his his appeal for this by June of, I think it was 16 or 17, this wouldn't have been an option for us. This appeal wouldn't have gone through. So all of the ducks have lined up in such a perfect row. So I'm so grateful for that friend. I'm so grateful for all of this. I had a point where I was going towards, and I don't remember because I'm an emotional, wow, overwhelm isn't even the word. So that's why I was waiting. It could have been pushed back to civil court because it was an immigration case. It could have obviously been denied. It could have been approved, but not approved for 924C. It could have gone so many different ways. Not to mention, he just told me this on the phone. He was disappointed a little disappointed, obviously. Not disappointed, but a little disappointed because it was a 5-4 decision, which I was like, Jesus Christ, that, sorry guys for the cursing. I was like, that's a little too close for comfort, but who cares because it's affirmed in our favor. But he honestly thought it was going to be, I think there's 9 justices. He thought it was going to be an 8-1. He thought it was going to be almost a landslide, and it was a lot closer than he thought. Doesn't matter. I mean, in hindsight, deep breath, thank God. Thank God it wasn't a 4-5 unfavorable, but it could have gone 100 different ways. It went in our favor. I have to go text the attorney. I have so much to do, and I'm on my lunch break, sitting in my car for the past probably hour. Don't even know what time it is. My car's off. But I'm known as the bitch here, and I'm crying and smiling and screaming like a crazy woman. Yes, I'm so happy for you. You're making me cry. Oh my God, I love you. I've known Lala for years. I've known so many of you guys for so many years, and there's been hope, but there has, some of you guys have had to talk me off of the ledge of going crazy because of how many times we've been here. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. I will keep you posted as I know things. I will update. You guys know I love to come and update on my videos. Thank God for sunglasses because this is an emotional journey, and I'm so glad that you guys are feeling the same emotions that I am, because then I'm not feeling like more of a crazy woman than I already am. You guys keep staying strong, keep loving strong, keep supporting one another through this journey, because you're one day closer to it all being over. Lots of love from my heart to yours. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you from the bottom of my heart so much. I'm gonna cry again for all of the love and support. This probably shouldn't have happened when I was PMS, because I'm not gonna stop crying today, but that's okay. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Bye.